PTSD. I feel like I'm like the nervous hormonal teenager again watching this fucking video.
Most.
Both.
One of you are my favorite.
I'm gonna start this final round. You have to decide who's the one person that leaves with the money.
What are you gonna say?
I feel like we should, for this last round, we should like, you know, obviously state our opinions.
Do you guys want our opinions or no?
No.
This is,
As long as we don't like know that they're singling one of us out or something, then I think that's fair. Okay, yeah, we'll hear it, sure.
I'd say Heather. I don't know. You just like have an.
Bro, this girl is this girl on the right.
Okay, yeah, we'll hear it.
This is like 3 different variations of girls I feel like that are gonna end up in a sorority, and like that's literally just she's gonna be like, this is like fucking I don't know too much about American high schools. I didn't go to high school here, but I assume this is like the cheerleader captain, right? Like overachiever, valedictorian, or valedictorian, however you fucking say it. I don't know. English is my second language. Suck my dick. Say it. Is it valedictorian, right? I said Victorian, but valedictorian. And it's like, it's just, oh Jesus.
Sure.
I'd say Heather. I don't know. You just like have an impact on me.
Yeah. What do you think, EJ?
I would say Heather too. Don't take it as like pity, like they're pitying me. It's like if you need it, you need it. Like
I would also say Heather. I honestly think that she needs it.
Earlier I said Heather, so I'm gonna keep that decision.
hearing everyone's, you know, opinions and like everyone's stories, I cannot compare myself to what you two are.
Cry equals win. Also, before we get to the end here, I do got to do this. I'm sorry to do this to you boys, girls, and MBs, but it's top of the hour every hour where we do a 60-second ad break. I totally forgot to do it earlier at 12. So it's the first ad break of the day, boys. So if you want to ad-free broadcasting experience, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do it for $5 or for free with the Twitch Prime. Also, yes, cry equals win. Sad story equals win. The problem with EJ was that his story wasn't sad enough, but here's the ad. Okay, I'm running it. Non-subs don't see the results. No one. I feel like 3 people see ads anyway. So
Going through. I live in a city where there's a lot of things accessible. I have a job, you know, I have great supporting parents. So I want to vote myself off just because you guys deserve a lot more than I do. I'm definitely going to vote, but it's going to be kind of hard. So I'm opting myself out.
why is that hard? She cried first. It's a GG's, dude. It's GG no re, okay? She cried first. She won. The other girl was like, "Oh, I want to go to my friend's wedding." And then she was like, "Well, actually, I'm lying. I have really super secret things that are happening to me that are really devastating and I need money to pay it off, but I can't tell you what it is." Like, you can't fucking turn it around after that. You lied, but your lie was not good enough, okay?
So like specifically, what are you gonna use the money for? Because I know you have like a lot of stuff going on.
I would primarily use it for a car because my main thing is transportation and getting around, because for school, that's like, for getting there, $10.
The Hail Mary right now is if she can catch her in a fucking lie, okay? If she can catch her in a lie, and she's a shark. If she can catch her, she can turn this whole shit around. Everybody else got owned already. Oh, Jesus. Everybody else got owned already. So she has 2 options here. Either she says, if I win, I'll go halfsies with you and give you the fucking, $500 or something, and I'll buy you like a car, or I'll buy you like an electric scooter or some shit. Or you just got to say, you got to catch her in a fucking lie. And even if she's not lying, literally get everyone else to believe that she is. That's it.
Getting back, $10. Going to work, $10. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Going in straight to transportation when I could be using it for better things, like for school.
How many hours a week do you work?
Upwards of 30.
Okay, so you work like a full job and you're also doing school on top of that. So you.
I don't want to say anything, but no fucking shot, dude. There is no shot, dude. This is literally like, yo, This is some fucking Oliver Twist shit, dude. Okay, she can be like, "Oh, what do you do?" She's like, "Well, I'm a chimney sweep." 30 hours a week, dude. First of all, that's literally illegal. Okay, that is literally illegal. Like, you can't. No, that's not. No way. That's nothing. I work 40. We're not talking about you now, okay? We're talking about in high school, dude. Yeah, Hassan, we live in a country with bad labor practices. What the fuck? Probably 30 during the summer. I work 35 hours some weeks in high school. What is going on in America, dude? Bro, what is happening in the United States of America? What the fuck? You can work 35 hours? They let you work 35 hours as a fucking 16-year-old? No, 10, 20 max. Understandable. What? Some said the work overtime at Dunkin' Donuts in high school. My boss made me skip school sometimes. What the fuck are you talking about? How did you not know? Bitch, I didn't grow up here. This is insane. Bro, if you work 30 hours, how many hours of school do you have? Like, this doesn't make any sense to me at all, dude. I work 24 hours a week until 11 p.m. Some shifts at 16 during school. Like, cranking out as many hours as possible on the weekends and then, like, some days after school, I get. There's no fucking way. Oh my God, you're so stupid. I'm legitimately shocked that you're working 30 hours a week is insane, dude. At the age of like 14, 15, 16, like it should be illegal to do that. It should literally be illegal to do that. The wealthiest nation on earth, not only should it literally be illegal, but it also should not be required at all. I thought it was illegal. You can work at 14 in New Jersey. Table of child labor laws in California. Bro, America is so insane, dude. Like, you know how we sometimes talk about like, oh, well, you know, labor unions and labor militancy is what you have to thank for abolishing child labor. And also on top of that, the weekends, it's like, no, bitch. Turns out America was like, child labor abolished. Are you kidding me? We're of course going to keep doing child labor. Are you out of your mind, sweaty? Who else is going to work those little fingies, dude? Huh? Who's going to put the pickles with those little fingies? Big adult fingies don't work that well. Okay? Who's going to put the pickles in my sandwich? Work, child slave. The drip on these top two shows, they're definitely lying. Yeah, I mean, you can have drip and still be working crazy, but I feel like Twitch chat is now using this as an opportunity to lie, though. Like, I don't know if I believe it. Like, everyone's like, oh, well, I worked 80 hours when I was 12. It's like, okay. School ends at 3, 4 p.m. and there's plenty of time to work until 8 to 9 p.m. The weekends working as well is completely normal here in the States. Dude, there's something really fucking strange with this country. It's just fundamentally broken, dude. Kentucky child labor laws. 14 to 15 may not work before 7 a.m. Oh, okay. But 7:01, you're good to go to work. If you're 14 years old, 16, 17, 6 a.m. May not work after 7 p.m. But, oh, thank God, in Kentucky, after 9 p.m., if you're 14 years old, you know. 9 p.m. June 1st through Labor Day. Maximum hours when school is in session. 3 hours per day on school day. 14 years old. 3 hours per day on school day. 8 hours per day on non-school day. 18 hours per week max. In Kentucky, if you are 16 years old, you can do 30 hours max. Maximum hours when school is not in session, no restrictions. Maximum hours when school is in session is 30. Dude, this country is the fucking worst country on the planet. I swear to God. We are the wealthiest. We are literally the wealthiest nation on earth. And we have child labor laws that say, well, you know, you can work up to 30 hours, but you can't work more than 30 hours when you're 16 years old and going to school. No restrictions on in summer. Here I thought like there was some reasonable fucking child labor laws in this goddamn country. I was wrong. I apologize. I did not know. I did not know that this was an area that needed reform. Why do you think kids don't go to college that much? They don't get a job and they forget about school. Growing up, I worked in my grandparents' deli like 30 hours a week sometimes. It wasn't something they forced me to do, but sometimes I would grind it to get something I really wanted. From everyone I know, most businesses don't follow this. I'm so shocked, dude. All right, let's keep going. There's a poll apparently in the chat as well.
You probably work that many hours because you have to, like to pay for like food
Yeah.
and your transportation and stuff. I mean, I'm gonna give it to Heather if you are. Pretty cool with that.
Yeah, I'm totally fine.
I think we're gonna give it to Heather.
I just feel really bad.
This is not a pity thing. This is obviously a really big need, so
Yeah.
yeah, we're set.
I still don't believe she works 30 hours a week. I'm sorry, guys. I don't believe she worked 30 hours a week, and I think she was lying about her story as well.
I hope you guys.
Call me an
How was
asshole
this
if you
experience
want.
for you guys?
It was a lot more than I anticipated.
Well, it's not an easy thing to do to be like, this is why I should get money and none of you guys should get money. It's just like a weird situation to be in.
Yeah, did anything surprise you about your behavior today?
Yeah, I was really mean and I wasn't expecting that. I just had a lot of rage and I don't usually have that much rage, so it kind of just surprised me.
I didn't know I would be so vulnerable, and like I'm not an emotional person, so like it was a good thing.
When you need something really bad, you're willing to sacrifice what you wouldn't usually do, I'd say.
Oh my God.
Dinner's on me, you guys. McDonald's for everyone.
In Missouri, child labor laws only apply for those under 15. 15 and up, you're considered an adult. I worked 30 plus hours a week and got off at 12 a.m. all the time. What the fuck? Dude, this country is so broken, dude. It ruined me. This video ruined me. We were having so much fun. We were having fun, and now we're looking at the reality that in America, like there are really very limited child labor laws. How many hours did you work in high school? Poll says 0 to 8, 59%. 9 to 16, 33 to 40 or more is at 6%. God damn, that shit was brutal, dude. That was fucking brutal, dude. All right, we gotta watch something more fun now. Holy shit. The cat tier list.
Right, so in my video on dinosaur builds, I casually referenced the fact that cheetahs are low tier, which ended with me getting a ton of comments from angry cheetah mains asking me to explain myself. And fair enough, I probably should. But instead of just making a video on cheetahs, I figured I'd kill two birds with one stone by also finally releasing the tier list for the cat dynasty. First, let's talk about the place cats as a whole are at in the meta. So I don't think it comes as a surprise to anyone that cats are exceptionally effective builds that have held a high tier spot in the meta for more than a while. And though this isn't true of every cat build, of which there are more than 40, cats carved out their spot in the meta by being the best choice by far for anyone looking to play an assassin or rogue class. Their weapons and movement kit are carefully crafted to allow cat players to have an easier time scoring critical hits on their targets than most other carnivore players. Like I said, there are more than 40 different builds possible, so I can't really fit them all into a...
Dude, cats are so genocidal. Obligate carnivores, genocidal as fuck, dude. Bloodthirsty freaks. Straight up. Cats are straight up bloodthirsty freaks, dude.
Single video. So instead, I'm going to go over the most popular ones, and hopefully the way I analyze them will help you make your own call if you're interested in one of the less popular builds. So anyways, I'm going to start from the bottom of the tier list and go up from there. Right at the bottom, we've got the cheetahs. They have the highest movement speed of any land build, which is definitely an impressive title to hold. When it comes to scoring kills on builds with high mobility like gazelles, antelope, and ostriches, there are a few better at it than the cheetah. But while this works against those particular targets in that particular situation, it serves no purpose when it comes to actually defending the kill. And as a result, a high percentage of the kills a cheetah gets end up getting stolen by lions and hyenas.
Lol.
Cheetahs need higher power and defense stats to actually be able to reap the benefits of their high mobility. The cheetah's inability to defend itself makes the early game extremely difficult for new cheetah players too. High-level players can't prevent stronger builds from griefing the new cheetah players, and as a result, very few cheetahs even reach the late game where they can abuse their high mobility stat. Long story short, F tier because they get bodied way too hard by competing builds. In D tier, we've got the lynx. I don't have too much to say about them. They've got low-medium stats across the board.
This is honestly surprising. I don't know too much about felines, but I don't know too much about cats in general. I avoid cats. I'm more of a dog person myself. But I thought cheetahs were like fucking crazy. Like I thought cheetahs were monsters and shit. You know what I mean? I thought they were really, really solid all around. You know what I mean? Like, this is very surprising that like these builds that I would overall think are like apex predators are not that
with
good.
The exception of stealth. And they do possess one relatively useful ability, the ability to move silently through snow. They're best at taking out small prey using stealth, but in my opinion, there are better choices for this type of playstyle, such as the owl or the viper. While they don't get grief...
Low-key, if lynxes and shit had like better temperament, I feel like they'd be so cool to have as pets. I mean, they're murderous monsters, but like they look super sick.
Nearly as badly as cheetahs, they do have to watch out for cougars, wolves, and coyotes. One level higher and we reach the cougar. While its stealth is actually a bit lower than the lynx's, all other stats are a good bit higher, especially strength. However,
You can find them at your local watering hole. You know, this is a cougar is also a cougar is also created as a consequence of divorce court. Now, you on the one hand you have reactionary dads, you know, divorced dads, which make up the base of the Republican Party, and also on the other hand you have liberal wine moms, also known as cougars, another victim of divorce court. Divorce court literally separates this country in half. It slices the country in half politically. It either turns you into a reactionary dad who believes in QAnon conspiracies, or a reactionary liberal mom who thinks like Bernie Sanders supporters are bad because they remind her of her father, who was neglectful, and that's her entire politics revolves around that. That's all I got on the cougar thing. Ban divorce court is what I mean.
Like deer and elk without putting itself at risk for taking damage too. While it can climb pretty well, it's most comfortable duking it out on the ground. I've never discussed troll builds on this channel, but honestly the trolling potential with cougars is too good not to mention. Cougars lack access to the roar move, but that doesn't stop them from trying, and as a result, they have one of the craziest battle cries in the game. Instead of actually being useful as an intimidating sonic AoE, it instead sounds almost exactly like a woman being brutally murdered, which is one of the few ways to seriously mess with human players that invade their territory. There are two major styles players opt for when going for a cat build, the feline style and the panther style. All of the builds so far have been in the feline style, which generally has higher mobility but lower strength. Panther style cats, on the other hand, are stronger, bulkier, and also have access to the panther signature move, Roar. So we're finally going to switch gears over to the panther builds as we continue up the tier list. The leopard build is the next rung up on the tier list, being Africa's premier solo rogue class. Of the panther style builds, this is the smallest. This offers the leopard players maximum mobility while climbing, a trait they use to the fullest. While it is definitely stronger than the cheetah, it is still no match for gank squads like lions and hyenas. But unlike the cheetah, leopards actually have a way to avoid getting their kills stolen. Leopards can climb much better than any of their competitors, and they do have high enough strength to carry their kill up the tree. This allows them to gain all of the XP they deserve.
I heard the cougar troll. That was fucking insane. I heard it from the bathroom while I was peeing. Sounded like a woman being murdered.
These traits together earn the leopard high B tier. Now we're at A tier, and this is where the tier list gets a little muddy, since we've only got 2 tiers left to place quite a few more builds. If I'm being honest, even though I placed leopards in B tier, the snow leopard players, with their extra stealth bonus, have a strong argument for A tier. Anyways, at the bottom of A tier, we have the largest of the cats, the tiger. Not many unique abilities, but generally...
I mean, they're a balanced build, but they're getting fucking absolutely cumstered by humans, though.
Just very high stats. While tigers do have decent stealth,
if they were versatile and also well balanced as a build, they just wouldn't get extinct.
They rely more on their sheer power for winning fights. This allows them to take out tough and dangerous players like the boar. One top tier ability they do have is their incredibly powerful jump, making them deceptively mobile while appearing to have only average speed.
What the fuck?
Overall, if the tier list was simply about who would win in a one-on-one fight, tigers would be S tier, no doubt.
Man, yeah, I watched fucking Tiger King 2. We all know there's more tigers in captivity in Texas than the rest of the fucking world, dude.
Unfortunately, that isn't the case, because even though they'd lose in a one-on-one fight with a tiger, lions are undoubtedly more viable overall. If you watch my videos a lot, you know I see coordinated attacks as one of the most overpowered strats in the whole game. And lions are basically the poster child for coordinated attacks. So far, most of the other cats we've talked about all generally target players playing squishy targets, but lion players are some of the only ones bold enough to deliberately attack a tank. Their highly organized parties they form allow them to control entire sections of the map, and their defined roles prevent...
I thought male lions didn't do the hunting. I thought it was the female lion that does the hunting, while the male lion literally just fucking lays around all day, and then it's a myth? What do you mean it's a myth, brother? I mean, what, like, is David Attenborough lying to me? I saw it in a documentary 100%. I think I saw it in a documentary in what do you call it? I think it was like the IMAX theater in fucking New Jersey, in like was it Benjamin Franklin Plaza or whatever? No, it's not. Males will live together before joining a pride. It's true. Male lions don't usually hunt unless there are no females in the pride. Yeah, male lions just fucking chill all day, and they literally wait. No, he's a sexist piece of shit like all scientists. You're talking about facts that were discovered in the Victorian era, my dude. Wait, what? Wait, are you saying that people who fucking look at animal patterns and movements and shit are blinded by their sexism? What? Yes, actually true. Wait, what? Oh God, you're gonna give me like some fucking study. No, I'm saying the things you're taking for granted are outdated. No, I don't think that person is trolling me. I think that person is being very honest. Maybe a little bit too much. Of course, male lions hunt. No, male lions, from what I understand, literally chill and sit around and fucking sleep for most of the goddamn day. Okay? Female lions do all the goddamn work, do the hunting, do everything. And then the male lion literally fucking has sex for like 24 hours straight, one day out of the year, and then the rest of it he's just sleeping for the most part and protecting the pride. But that's it. Bro, you learn about wildlife from SpongeBob? What part of SpongeBob would talk about male lions fucking for 24 hours? 1 year out of the... You literally watch them hunt right now? That's why I'm saying I'm surprised. Male lions leave a pride at a certain age and form groups before joining another pride. Yeah, this is like some Nat Geo shit. It's not like fucking... Anyway, male lions hunt. They hunt usually alone. There's more female lions in the pride, so therefore they are seen hunting more. Watch Dean Schneider. Why do female lions let the male lion essentially do nothing while they do the majority of the hunting? I've always found this weird. The male lions cannot hunt because of their mane. If they would try to hunt, they would die a heat death because the body, especially in the head, cannot get rid of the excess heat produced during the heavy activity hunting. Is basically a matter of evolution. But don't ask me why the male lions really need / have that mane. That's nonsense. Male lions do in fact hunt, even male lions living in prides. However, they are lone hunters, whereas female lions cooperate. Why did you send me this link? It's just like totally made up, dude. It's like a minus 4.7 year. It's a 7-year-old comment that has like minus 4 points on Reddit, and it's like... No such thing as an alpha male. Reminder that the scientists who coined the term alpha male to describe wolves abandoned it as useless years ago. It is a term that was developed to talk about wolves that have been held captive and conditioned weirdly by humans. Lol. What? Really? David Meck introduced the idea of an alpha to describe behavior observed in captive animals. Alphas he wrote in the 1970s book, The Wolf, Ecology and Behavior of Endangered Species. By the way, this has literally nothing to do with fucking alpha males. Remember, like, you are pulling data from an entirely separate conversation. I am not talking about alpha males and leaders of the pack or some shit like that. What I'm specifically talking about is how lions operate and how prides operate. Okay? And the reason why you're like, the fact that you're sending this to me, which is a completely unrelated conversation piece, leads me to believe that you unironically anthropomorphize animals in this weird Disney fucking way. Okay, you're probably vegan too. And also on top of that, the reason why you're looking at it in this way is because you're applying like human social conditioning and gender roles to what is otherwise something you are observing in nature in an unrelated species. Okay? Very weird to like be like, oh, this is sexist. Lions only hunt when the prey is huge. They're desperate or they aren't in a pride. Lions only hunt when the prey is huge. In my primatology course, I learned how early male scientists not only killed apes, which was stupid for studying as well, as they would just make up shit about apes. Okay, but that's not about this at all. Why are people saying grug? The female lions work while the male stays at home and cooks. That's the opposite of grug. Yeah, the other thing about the lions is that like male lions are like deadbeat dads. And the female lion like literally does everything. She hunts. Like I thought that's like third wave feminism if you want to look at it that way, I guess. He's trying to tell you he's a vegan without telling you he's a vegan. Remember when I said maybe I'll have a no stun lock day? Well, guess that's not today, boys. Lion males don't hunt as much as females. Myth. The truth about lions from the Smithsonian Magazine. Biologists long believe that lions band together to hunt prey, but Craig Packer... Okay, this is that they don't hunt together. Packer threw another stone, unimpressed. Lion briefly turned his back. This was... What the fuck is this story? I don't care about this shit. Just tell me the fucking thing, dude. Male lions. New study shows how they hunt. From 2013. Male lions are proven to be successful hunters despite beliefs that females do all the work. While female lions hunt in the open savanna, males tend to hunt in a place with more brush and vegetation. Research says the study shows that vegetation can affect animal life on the savanna. By strongly linking male lion hunting behavior to dense vegetation, this study suggests a change of the vegetation structure, such as through fire management, could greatly alter the balance of predators and prey, with large mammals increasingly confined. Did you just say, so you were wrong? Are you fucking stupid? It's literally saying that when the fucking vegetation changes, the gender roles change, implying that the original gender role for the female lion is the dominant hunter rather than the opposite, which is literally what I'm saying. Male lions also tend to hunt alone, making their surprise strategy necessary. This differs from female lions, which tend to hunt cooperatively. I'm not going to click on a fucking Medium article. You said male lions didn't hunt at all. We were watching a video of male lions hunting, and I said, I'm surprised. I thought male lions didn't do hunting at all. I thought it was the female lion that did most of the work, including nearly all of the hunting. But given the fact that there's so much talking about the lion was photographed. Male lions don't hunt because they do and guard the pride land's perimeter to save generic lineage from being killed off. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought male lions are supposedly the protector, right? And they do the their duty is mostly just protection, and it's usually the females that are doing most of the hunting. It's one of those things that you like that sticks with you when you watch a fucking documentary. And then someone turns around and says, like, no, you're fucking wrong because here's evidence that a male lion has hunted. We're talking about who is doing most of the hunting in a pride. The articles just say they don't do nothing. You are still correct. No, you said they lay around, haha. Yeah, they do. They mostly lay around. They sleep for like long ass fucking periods of time. Don't they? I mean, am I wrong about everything I've learned? How long does a male lion sleep for? Yeah. They spend between 16 to 20 hours each day resting and sleeping. They have a few sweat glands, so they wisely tend to conserve their energy by resting during the day and become more active at night when it's cooler. Lions sleep like 18 hours a day. Most of the pride are lioness, so of course they do most of the hunting, but you need to look at this per capita. You call them deadbeat dads? They are deadbeat dads. Chat, why are you so done with these thumb locks? I think they do it on purpose because this is an opportunity for them to feel like we're having a one-on-one conversation. But you're doing everything you can to purposely and willfully ignore what I'm trying to say just to get one off. But it is insanely idiotic to be like, oh, well, it was sexist fucking... it was sexist people that decided that male lions don't do anything and female lions do everything. Like, you have no evidence for that at all. And if it's observable behavior that has been documented about how lions fucking operate, and it's not even like, and the female lions doing the majority of the hunting is the main point, and male lions just sleep for the most part, and then like fuck for mating season. It's the only way to avoid the hugging. Yeah, I know, it's fucking cringe. Nobody's talking about the rampant sexism towards lions. I know, it's so fucking cringe. I think you saw this documentary, Why Male Lions Need Lionesses to Help Them Survive.
Future kings of Akagera, but they've got a lot to learn. Notoriously lazy, Male lions rely on the pride lionesses to navigate and bring home the bacon. Totally lacking survival skills, these two aren't ready to make it out here alone. The brothers call into the night to advertise their presence. Their roars echo for miles. 3 miles away, Shema replies.
Wait, these are in captivity.
Throughout the night, they call to each other. And in the morning, Shema said,
Okay, we're done. We're done. You guys are right. Okay, yes. Girl power, girl boss, but also girls are not the ones who are working. It's the guys that are working, and that's the girl boss. Okay, and oh, these scrubs need to worry about some bitches on God. Who the fuck do people make everything political? This fucking animal behavior. Why should I make it about human society? You can absolutely make an argument that like your own preconceived biases might impact the way you analyze and observe animals. That is a legitimate claim. That is something that certainly has been a problem in science. But in this circumstance, applying like human cognition, human behavior, human gender relationships into animals in anything outside of a humorous capacity is so fucking stupid when we're literally looking at what scientists have been saying and have been analyzing and have been interpreting for so long. You kept calling lions deadbeat dads. That's a joke, brother. That is a fucking joke. That is what is known as a joke. I didn't realize that I had so many fucking zoologists in my goddamn chat. Or wait, not zoologists. Wait, are zoologists? No, zoologists is language, isn't it? Or no, they're animals. Okay, never mind. I was wrong. It's not language. I was right. Okay. All right, let's keep going.
And also protect newer players from gankers. All in all, great build. Easily A+ tier. And finally, we've reached the top tier. The build that embodies everything.
So now it's a joke? Yes, me saying lions are deadbeat dads has always been a joke. You dumb fuck. I also don't think cougars literally are a consequence of divorce court. Oh my God. Oh God, I hate you. I hate you. That one chatter, individually, you know that I hate you, okay? Know that and live with that reality. You are a piece of shit. That one individual chatter who said, oh, now it's a joke. You are literally the worst person in the chat today. Congratulations for being the worst person I've encountered on the internet today, okay?
Excellent about the cat dynasty. The Jaguar. Jaguars are the absolute best build in the entire game when it comes to one-shotting players with a critical hit. They have the most damaging bite of any of the cats, enough to pierce armor. And their incredible accuracy lets them nail their target right in the weak point, the back of the head. They may not have the raw stats that the lion and tiger do, but they more than make up for it with their special abilities. The most important is their incredible eyes, which negate all stealth bonuses. Most cats have great vision and can even see in darkness, but the Jaguar can even see a target obscured by camouflage or hiding in murky water. The second, less obvious perk is that Jaguars are the most versatile cat build available. They're great sprinters and pristine climbers, but they're also just as much at home hunting in the water as they are in a tree. No other build can boast dominance in the arboreal, terrestrial, and aquatic map zones. They really do dominate. Lions act like they own the place, but they do face plenty of competition. But Jaguars, they do own the place. They could carry their food up a tree if they wanted to, but there's no need. So yeah, a build that can one-shot anything on its server and dominates 3 of the 4 main play zones. That's your S tier. So there you have it, the tier list of the cats. Thanks for watching. Oh, did I forget something? Yeah, you buggers are getting your own video.
Get that one.
VFX artists react to bad and great CGI number 39. New CGI one
Honestly,
came out.
2003.
I usually like the I usually am a bigger fan of the stuntmen reacts, but these ones are pretty good too. Sometimes.
Super impressive.
Killed him, dude. So Andrew, is this an example of a good VFX shot or a bad VFX shot in your opinion here?
Thanks to Vessi for sponsoring this video. Stick around to see how you can save $25 off your first pair.
Hey, what's up, guys? We are back with another VFX Artist React episode, and we got Andrew Kramer joining us again for the second time. If you guys don't know who Andrew Kramer is, you've been living under a rock, especially if you're into VFX. He is...
I never understood when you call chat dumb. Now I understand this chat is so dense. Sometimes. Some people in the chat love being fucking annoying as shit.
the reason that I have a job, and he's the reason a lot of you guys might have a job too if you're super into VFX.
This is the 15th anniversary of Video Copilot, and we're excited about some of the new software development things that we've been working on. Just good to be here and hang out and check out some...
What is this?
Sometimes we just play Smash Brothers. You can jump in with some clips. Something's up. Oh, she's like, something's up. Oh.
They don't quite have their HDR reflections down yet, but not bad, I guess.
Get that one. Ooh, okay.
Okay. Solid CG smoke there.
Andrew Kramer's a big guy, man. I don't know
Which
who that is.
cemetery greenlit this? Be like, yeah, you can just drive the car through a cemetery. It's like Grandpa's grave.
Like, it'd be an honor.
This guy's walking, and they're tracking the skeleton onto him. There's not much to track there, and yet it's pretty good for a moving figure. So I wonder if he's walking, and then does he just duck out of frame so they only have to clean plate a few frames after that?
I bet he's entirely from a different shot and rotoscoped and pasted in. You know the thing that stands out to me, and this is a huge challenge with like shiny reflective stuff, that they did a really good
He's
job.
a VFX legend that taught an entire generation how to do it. That's awesome.
For when it was made. But look at how bright his sweater is before he dematerializes there. And look at how dark the reflection is on the top of the chrome head. Even there, once it goes more chrome, the reflection's still darker than his sweatshirt, implying that the shiny chrome is less reflective than his gray sweatshirt. It existed then, but it's just starting, which was high dynamic range imagery, basically having values above white and below black on your screen.
Yeah, HDRI was such an important feature of creating CG because it allowed you to store the values that, you know, would help create the realistic imagery of something that is actually lit with real light. It looks like they really did like a wire pull on the character. It looks like a real character, actually.
Yeah, it does. Because the motion blur is correct there.
Yeah.
The camera's tracking something, so.
Barely. And now it's like full CG.
Oh, comp tombstone. What's wrong with it? Why does it look a little eh?
You know, one CG supervisor once told me, concrete doesn't bounce. It's so heavy, and so when you see concrete kind of bouncing, like maybe it feels like a little styrofoamy.
But it's like the colors of that thing too. Is it just like direct lighting or something on the shadows? Maybe it's the soft shadows on the grass?
That goes back to that high dynamic range thing. Look at the tombstone on the left. Look how bright the parts facing upwards are versus the parts in the front. And look how much less contrast you have in that tombstone facing us.
I think the problem is, like, when they do the CGI stuff, the reason why I don't like it as much as the stunt one is because well, first of all, the stunt shit is like super cool, right? But with the CGI, they get really nerdy. It's like it's their wheelhouse completely, right? So because it's their wheelhouse, they get like too fucking nitpicky with it, you know? It gets like real technical, and I'm like, I don't care. It looks all right.
The light hitting the top of the tombstone, the front of the tombstone is just not quite there. The classic composited explosion with no smoke. You even get the hint of like anamorphic lens flare in the beginning of the explosion too.
If you look closely,
my God, it's just like I wish more people were just honest about their like lack of knowledge in specific fields, especially on the internet. Like, people love to portray themselves as much smarter than they actually are. I promise you, your media consumption does not make you more intelligent. Like, you saying, I understand this is elementary, does not make you actually smarter, okay? You just sound like a fucking dumb, pretentious moron. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because I openly admitted that I don't know what is going on here, and everyone's like, it's because you're a fucking two-head, you're too
does
stupid.
it look like the tree is actually on fire? So I wonder if half of this explosion is real, and they've kind of added a secondary element to make it look more intense.
I would bet there's a little bit of a real explosion buried there under everything. You know, it's a big budget movie, it makes sense.
They just ran out of money for the tombstone budget.
Yeah.
Get that one.
We need a new vehicle.
All right, so A Street Fighter movie came out. None of you have probably ever heard of it.
What?
Sweet intro. This is the climactic fight of the entire film, by the way.
2009. I never heard of it. Oh God. Oh, that's.
Killed him, dude.
Okay, that's
Dude,
real
just
bad.
Wasted, man.
I don't want to get hit by that thing.
Anytime you're dealing with energy effects, you're trying to convey some kind of power.
That's some like Avatar: The Last Airbender live action film shit right there.
problem perhaps is that it looks very two-dimensional, right? So there's no volume to it, doesn't have form to it. So having volume would immediately give it some depth and space, right? But there's other things you might do, like having the light kind of flickering and, you know, looking like unstable, right? That might give it a sense of power. There actually is a little bit of distortion, but they're doing something which I always try to avoid, which is overlapping the image on top of itself. It's not a good idea to blur things like that because a camera would never create that effect. A camera would create like a heat distortion, like you see a jet near the horizon, you're gonna see this kind of distortion where the image is blurred. And then maybe even if...
Chad, I was testing you. That movie never existed, and some of you won the test, okay? There was never an Avatar: The Last Airbender live action movie, and some of you failed to pass that test. You acted like it did exist, when we all know it never did. Shut up.
Her performance was maybe interacting with the wave of the energy, so it felt like it was being, you know, generated. The impact, too, I would say, is you either want it to be explosive and create this huge shock wave that bursts the energy out. Maybe it runs through his whole body and the electricity, you know, goes around him. There needs to be an equal impact to the effect, and this feels like it does maybe the worst thing, which is it just sort of fades out. It's a pretty cool stunt. I mean, the fall is pretty cool, but it just needed something, a satisfying explosion. Like if the Death Star...
The Death Star just fades out?
At the end.
Oh, man.
I always found that energy effects are the toughest for me personally, just because there's not too much reference. I know there's reference. Like you mentioned a few, like the jet distortion, the heat distortion and whatnot, but it's like you get this shot and it's like, well, what do I reference? People don't see this every day.
What would you reference for this?
I mean, whatever they reference, I wouldn't reference that.
Everybody out! Go! Go! Get down!
Okay.
All right, Andrew, your VFX supervisor, this is the shot that they just gave to you, and you have to give notes.
Okay, and I can't reshoot it. I just have to fix the VFX somehow. So first of all, that guy's dead.
Yeah, he's in the freaking fire, dude.
I think the shot needs more.
Wouldn't you have to make the bomb smaller? Like, he's not even flying with the second impact. Like,
more warmer tones in it, and it should feel like the light source is more colored to
like
the fire. So even though the
his
fire's
flight
white,
pattern
it's
doesn't
really
change
like a
at all,
warm
dude.
color is just blown out. And if the fire's that bright and this close to us, I think he should be much more blown out and
No
more
shockwave.
kind of warm colored, and then maybe just more fire or sparks kind of coming underneath him to kind of make him feel like he's more inside of it.
Yeah, some foreground elements would be great. How do you feel about the roto job here?
If you pause it, you can see like some halo around the fingers and the arm and stuff like that. I've seen these similar halos in the movie Ghost. He's kind of got this aura around him.
It's amazing, Molly. The love inside.
Oh, so like intentional halos. It's crazy, like it sure looks nice. Like they spent the money on the sets, the actors. Just give your effects guy like a little more time. Hey, if you enjoy watching this show and you're not subscribed to the channel,
Just thinking.
if you did subscribe to the channel, so consider subscribing to Corridor Crew.
All right, Andrew, I think this is a clip that you mentioned.
Bad
Yeah, I
boys.
stumbled upon this, you know, just thinking this whole car chase is all realistic, and then come to find out in the behind the scenes, like that shot of the car flying past the camera.
Wait. That's a CG car?
Yep. I shouldn't have said anything. I spoiled it. But go ahead and watch it. Go ahead and watch it.
This is some sick shit! Yup, it's about to get sicker. Yeah!
Wait, did they show cool ones too?
So that had to be a CG car right there. It came over the camera. I wonder if it's a real element comped in. There's another one. around.
Yeah.
So anytime a car drives over the camera, we just assume it's CG. Is anything close to that rolling car, basically?
So they would go film the real thing in kind of an extreme situation and try to match the weight of the suspension and the way that the car actually moves.
Oh, wow. So it wasn't an element. It was actually full CG. That's impressive.
That's crazy,
they shot
dude.
this for the VFX artists. Like, this shows like a professional crew that treats visual effects as part of the professional pipeline and not just an afterthought. Dude. That's so cool. So well done. Perfect use of CG.
Yeah, I think the benefit of doing a side-by-side...
Whatever, bro. This is easy, actually. Forza Motorsport, dude. If you ever played Gran Turismo, it's basically the same thing. I could do that, bro. Also, it is top of the hour every hour. It's time for a 6-second ad break. Again, folks! If you'd like to no longer see the ads, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do it for $5 or 2 cents an hour, according to how many hours I streamed last year. Or you can do it for free with a Twitch Prime. Here's the fucking ad. If you'd like to no longer see it, you can connect your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account and get a free Twitch Prime subscription. Here's the ad right now.
Comparison is having that direct reference.
It's been
just so that you are being able to look at
it's already been an hour.
Oh, wait,
I know.
what's
Time
happening
flies
here?
when we're
And,
having fun, dude.
Honestly, 2003, this is super impressive.
Yeah. It's Michael Bay, man. His stuff looks so good.
Yeah, I think Michael Bay likes to create very fantastic images, and even if that Ferrari is fake, we're still flying past a real car tumbling right towards a film camera. The shot is already fantastic, and then to say, okay, well look, it might save us a few bucks if we don't crash the Ferrari in every take. Maybe.
Just once again, it's a testament of good practical work. It creates the motion, it creates the cinematography. To drop a CG car in the corner, we're not looking for it. Because usually like the impossible moves would pull you out, like the car driving over the camera. That's so non-spectacular compared to what's happening here. Yeah. That it doesn't even trigger
Isn't that funny?
that response.
I mean, I totally think of Matrix Reloaded. You know, when Trinity turns around, goes backwards on traffic, the camera goes under the 18-wheeler, similar vibes. And also, too, in Baby Driver, when he does that backwards whoosh, around down the alley.
Baby Driver was such a good movie. Gotta fucking rewatch it, dude. I think I'm gonna rewatch that soon. Give that a rewatch. What a great fucking movie, dude.
It's like 2 CG trucks, you know? It's like you do the stunt and then you put the CG cars to make it seem way more dangerous.
Pretty fun. Pretty fun.
This is a good scene. This is a really good find.
Overrated as shit. I think sound design is one of the most underappreciated, undervalued, underrated things in all fucking movies from a layman's point of view. And I love that shit. In video games too. I love it, dude. I don't know why. I really enjoy it. It really makes, and you know me, I'm not like exactly an audiophile or anything, but it is so fucking good. Yeah, Tenet is a great example of like why sound is incredibly important. Okay? Jacksepticeye wants to know your location. He loves sound design. I do too. And I think, what do you call it? Fucking Baby Driver was great at that. That's the whole... That was like the more revolutionary aspect of that entire movie was how the beats matched every part of the scene.
Please, pull over.
Oh,
dang, right in the peen.
Oh, whoa, a lot of motion.
So Andrew, is this a example of a good VFX shot or a bad VFX shot in your opinion here?
I feel like it was one too many spins at the end here.
Yeah.
I feel like this is an example of they maybe just took it a little too far. It's a very ambitious shot. They had the technology and the skill. I would just say it's the physics for me that throws it off just enough that it kind of doesn't feel so real, even though they've done a lot right.
For me, it's a contrast, like right at this point right here. The blacks are too washed out, maybe, or the mid-tones are too washed out.
I think it could be part of it is the car paint shader. It's the difference between it looking kind of plasticky, you know, versus here where, see how shiny those highlights of the light are? They're specular because the car is very shiny. And now when we go to the next scene, the highlights aren't popping on the car paint like they were in the real one.
And you can see it's still reflecting like the spotlight on the ground, but then that zing that the car paint has.
But let's look at some of the things they did right. There's a lot to like about this. Look, the headlight goes off when it impacts in the wall.
I think they did a good job with the smoke.
The smoke looks nice. There's like a helicopter light kind of pointing down on it. And so you can actually see the shadow of the car in the helicopter light. Seeing the bodies kind of bounce around there. Maybe they're a little bright in there, that it kind of stands out, but they didn't have to use a convertible. But the CG guy was like, no, it's all good. We do a convertible. We got the ragdoll simulation ready to go.
I actually really think the sparks are well done.
Yeah?
It's hard to do good CG sparks, but like they got the bloom right on the sparks.
I almost wonder if the sparks are real because they look so good.
They have a lot going on in this shot for being done in 2001. You have a person deforming the fence, you have the tires, you have the sparks, you have the chunks, you have the smoke, you have the lighting, you have the spotlight, you have the people, and all those things added together.
Still kind of
you need
looks
to have it all there for it to really
still
sell
kind
as
of looks
being
like
real.
shit.
I, feel like
I don't know why.
2001 is right when really well done CG was turning that corner. You had Lord of
Well,
the
I guess
Rings
it's
came
old.
out around that time. Star Wars Phantom Menace came out in '99, but so like, they were kind of refining their things. Like it was kind of getting to the point where everybody was starting to figure out, okay, these are the elements we need to make something look good. And you only see it in like really high-end movies, and even then, you know, it doesn't quite nail it, but like you got the level of detail and the awareness of all the different processes going on.
And to me, that is a big point. It's the awareness. Like there's a lot of ingenuity and cleverness that was put into this shot, from the way that the wheel falls off and the destruction of the scene around it. There's a lot of attention to detail. Actually, I noticed it looks like a pole has stuck through the engine and the car's dangling from its engine block.
Oh yeah.
I hate when that happens.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
I don't want to spoil it, but have you guys ever seen the movie Cliffhanger?
Oh, my engine block.
Oh, she dies?
Dang.
Raw.
It's one way to fall.
So I know we do a lot of movies, we do some TV shows and all that kind of stuff on here. I'd really like to do a VFX artist react to like fan films and indie films and cool projects done on YouTube, or just other indie filmmakers out there doing visual effects. I'd love to do an episode on that, so please.
I feel like that would be terrifying, dude. Imagine you're like an independent fucking VFX guy, and then you have like legit professionals just rip it apart. They're like, yeah, this fucking sucks dick. You're like, I spent 80 hours on this one sequence.
To recommend some shorts with really cool visual effects that are on YouTube in the comments below. Thank you.
Hey, I know what you're thinking. You might not.
What the fuck is this, dude? Okay. Here's the donkey video that you guys wanted me to watch.
Hitman 3. All right, we're in. Now this first guy is pretty easy to get. Boom, he's gone. Second guy. Boom, and we're done.
What?
That's it for that level. The first mission in most video games is usually the easiest. This one is pretty easy. Oh, nice. 16 seconds. That was pretty good. We did pretty good on that one. Now for this trick, I need the banana. He doesn't know. Eat it! No, I can't eat the banana yet.
I knew you weren't really a troublemaker. Call it intuition.
Hey.
What the?
Wait, what the fuck? What is, he's so loud. He's so loud. Shut up. Shut up. He's so loud. Shush.
What happened?
Stop making that noise. Okay, I give up. It's just, now for this plan, I gotta take this wet floor sign, I gotta pick it up, I'm gonna throw it on the floor. By the time the dude reads it, it's too late. I'm a genius for this one.
Find out what that was. Watch out.
Now for phase 2, I'm gonna need the banana action. Here we go. Yes, okay. Phase 2. Banana placed. Now the next go. Oh, who's this lady? Shit. No, this lady's not supposed to be here. This is not a part of the plan. Oh.
Okay. Are you some kind of troublemaker? Did you do this?
The guard was supposed to slip in. Okay, I gotta improvise here.
Hey.
I have an idea.
What?
This.
No.
There we go.
Hey, someone help
Oh
me.
shit, now this person is involved. Okay, you're out of it. Oh, now this guy's trying to get away. Got him.
Through
now
the
this guy's
wall.
involved.
That's gonna hurt.
Yep.
That must have hurt.
Yep.
My God.
Stop at people.
Okay, now this lady's in here.
I dare you to.
Alright, now this dude is involved now. Oh, now this lady's involved. For this plan, look at this plan. I put poison in his food. Now, hopefully he doesn't notice the green smoke coming out of his plate, and nope, he did not notice that. Okay.
Both hands over your head.
Whoa! Mission complete. We gotta escape the building now. Oh, yeah, I'm coming back to this classic character.
Are you to blame for this?
What happened then?
I'm talking to you, sir.
You talking to me? Step into my office.
What the